attention to our tummies. We're tucking into a toad in the hole. With any more T's in that sentence later on, but we need something before that to tide us over.
Author of new book Good Food, No Stress, Tara Walker joins us today. Congrats again.
Oh,
very exciting time for you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was brilliant. We're on a bit of a high.
On a bit of a high. And is this recipe in the book?
Yes, it is actually. These goat's cheese tartlets, it's funny, I've been making them for absolutely years and years and years. Yeah, I used to do a lot of catering for parties, so they're great. They're great for kind of, you can make them ahead of time and just reheat them gently. They're lovely as a canapé. We're making them as a starter size portion today, but you can make them as in a mini muffin tin. So we'll get started. If you guys want to give me a hand, we're just going to cut out. So what you want is a little fairy cake tin or muffin tin or whatever. Get a little cutter that's a little bit bigger than the circle, because obviously you want it to fit down in.
And have you put any oil or any butter
on
these?
No, I didn't on those. Now, to be honest, if it was really scratched, the tin, I might, you know what I mean, because then the pastry might stick if it's very scratched, but it's not. So I'm
Go ahead, Laura, you cut away.
I don't like sticky pastry.
It's not too sticky. So this is just shop-bought puff pastry to make life easy, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's lovely to make a homemade puff pastry, but if I was going to go to the trouble of making a homemade puff pastry, I'd keep it for a croissant or
there's an awful lot involved in that.
There is. Whereas, you know, the whole theme of the book is good food, no stress. Make it easy, you know.
That's exactly what it says in the tin.
So the next thing, we're just setting up a little assembly line for ourselves. We have some goat's cheese here, sliced, and some cherry tomatoes. And if the cherry tomatoes are very small like this, you can just literally pop them in whole.
Perfect.
And then a little bit of red onion. And
are you just trying to get a balance on the flavour here?
Exactly, because the red onion kind of caramelises, but the tomato kind of bursts in your mouth then when you bite in, which is lovely. So
and if they're larger, you're suggesting to cut. Sorry, that's fine. Yeah.
And then if you want to leave us that little bit of pastry, I'm just going to show you how to make a bigger sized one if you wanted to have it like as a lunch or a tea or something.
There we go. Last one.
There we go.
And then you're popping the goat's cheese. I love goat's cheese.
Yeah, it's really, really tasty. And like, if you don't like goat's cheese, I know some people don't, you could use brie or even a little bit of cheddar or something like that. And I'm just popping a little bit of parmesan on the top. And then I just want to show you, I'm going to use that basil now. So I'm just making lovely basil.
Very fresh.
We're going to annihilate the poor plant and we're going to make some pesto.
I always kill my basil plants. What am I doing wrong?
I do too, to be honest.
Do you? Okay,
yeah, I am not a gardening expert.
No. That's a beautiful one.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, in the supermarket, there's like 50-cent difference between a plant and a pack, you know, so I just buy the plants. Yeah, because if you just want a few sprigs at a time, they last about 3 weeks in my place, and then, you know, green fly comes or something like that.
Or you forget to wash them.
Exactly. So I don't worry too much about it. I mean, obviously the hardier plants are lovely to have from the garden. I have lovely rosemary from the garden for later, but, you know, I think with the soft ones, it is hard, especially in the winter.
So you put in pine nuts there.
Which I've gently toasted on the pan, dry pan, some basil. A little bit of garlic.
Why do you roast the nuts in the pan first?
Just brings them back to life a little bit. If you think about it, they're kind of drying out in the pack. They've been picked a long time ago. Just releases the natural oils, gives a bit of flavour. So let's flip that up. And then we're just going to pop it into a bowl. Simon, you might just pop it in that bowl. And then we're going to fold some parmesan in. And a little bit of, there's a spoon for you.
Of wine? Oh, no, it's oil.
Oil, yeah. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil.
Disappointment in her voice. God bless her.
And you can give that a mix around, and then we're going to stir in. I don't ever put the Parmesan cheese into the blitzer because I find it kind of goes a little bit like coarse or grainy or something. It loses its nice texture.
So just grate it yourself and then don't bother blitzing it anymore.
Exactly. And then, not always, but sometimes I put a little squeeze of lemon juice in, just to kind of brighten it up, perk it up a little bit. And I've left it quite thick there on purpose because I wanted it to sit on top of the tartlets.
OK, and it's homemade, so it should look homemade.
Exactly. And if you want it a bit looser, obviously you can put a bit more oil in and you can put a little bit more lemon juice, say if you were doing it on pasta or something like that.
OK.
And so here are the tartlets just coming out of the oven.
Oh, look at those.
So you can pop a little dollop of pesto on top of each.
How long should we put them into the oven for and at what temperature?
15 to 20 minutes at 180 to 200. And then I just wanted to show you, I've made a large one here. So say if you were having tea or lunch or something like that, you can make a large one like this, and that's like a main course and a light main course.
Light lunch. Can I just ask, in terms of the phyllo pastry that you have, or the puff pastry, did you just cut out a rectangular segment and roll it?
I'll show you what I did. I used the last little bit of the roll of the pastry.
OK.
And I just cut it out.
Have you noticed how quiet I am?
Yeah, why are you so quiet?
I can see you're really working hard there. Thank you, Simon.
You're welcome.
OK, so
I just cut it out like this. Yeah. And then I make a little incision about 1 centimetre from the edge, around like this.
Because you have to keep all of the ingredients in. You don't want them to leak out either side.
Exactly. So what that does is it allows the outside bit to rise up and the centre to stay. And on these ones, I put a little bit of egg wash to give that nice kind of golden colour, whereas you don't really need it on these so much.
This is a stress-free recipe.
It is. It's so easy. And as I say, you could have it made to this point without the pesto on the top the day before, say, and then just leave them in a little tray, and then when your guests arrive, pop them in the oven for 5 minutes, and they're ready then, and all you have to do is put the pesto on top.
So look how easy that is.
I know.
That's a brilliant tip about just piercing either side of the pastry so that the sides rise up.
Exactly, so it rises up nicely. So let's see. Now, the one thing about these, they're slightly sloppy, what with the bit of cherry tomato in the middle, so you might want to mind your chin or your shirt.
But as you say, Tara, it is the key when it comes to the book. I've had a flick through the book. I was at the launch, which was brilliant, and it is good food.
Yeah.
Without the headache.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, I do understand, you know, people want to eat nice, fresh, healthy food.
Which this is.
But, you know, they're in a hurry as well. They've got other stresses going on in life, so you don't want the kitchen to become kind of a stress as well.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
you can see the way the tomato bursts.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
You want to be careful now that I've buttoned them out, have you, Gettle?
Tara, you've got toad in a hole coming later on.
Yes, I do, and I have my gravy on, simmering away there.
I'm going to do this read, and then I'm going to stuck in.